Give a round of applause, folks. Have a sit up here. Can we get the mic ready? Pass them. Can we get the mic stand ready? Just so we can hear you without you having to hold the mic and stuff. Whew. Got all these people looking up here. Don't worry, you won't see any of them very soon.
Made a commitment to be brief this week.
So you enjoyed the experience you just had? Was that pretty cool?
It was awesome.
Excellent. Well, you're about to have something even better than that, if that's okay with you, right?
Hard to imagine, but I'm ready.
Good. The first thing I'm going to ask is if okay if I touch your shoulder from time to time just to help you throughout the process. Is that fine?
Yes.
Good. The next thing you should know is we're about to do hypnosis, as you know. And that's it. Get yourself all tied it up. Woo! Exciting. Journey starts. And what I like you to know is that you will hear sounds around you from time to time. It's going to happen. But I'd like you to realize that those sounds will help make this journey even better for you. I wouldn't be too surprised if they would start blending in with whatever environment your memories bring back for you. You know what I mean? Of course, my voice will continue with you and will guide and help you shape the experience. So at every point, you know you're absolutely safe. You realize that, right?
Yes.
Now you know where you're sitting, don't you?
Yes.
You know what that means, don't you?
Yes.
You are safe, aren't you? There you go. Feel the chair and know you're safe. Very good. Now in a moment, I'm going to touch your shoulder just like this. When I do, I would like for you to have that really positive, happy, exciting emotion, whatever that was, come back up again. There you go. Is it there yet?
Yeah.
Of course it is. Getting stronger yet?
Yes.
Now this is the most amazing part. In a moment, I will come from 3 down to 1. At the count of 1, you're going to go way back in time, way back to when you felt just as good at this, or even better. You ready for this? 3, 2, 1. Go be there now. There you go. Where are you? Inside or outside?
I'm outside.
You are outside, aren't you? Are you alone or with others?
I'm alone.
You are alone. How are you feeling right now?
Wonderful.
You are. And you know how old you are yet? Or does that not have much meaning?
Maybe 25 or 30.
That's right. You enjoying this place? Now, as good as this place is, the next one's even better. Do you know why? It's going to go way back to before the age of 10. Are you okay with that? Before the age of 10. Something just as exciting, just as good as this, or even better. Are you ready for this? 3, 2, 1. Go be there now. That's it, there. How are you doing, little Angela?
I'm doing great.
You are doing great, aren't you? Are you inside or outside?
I'm inside.
Are you alone or with others?
I'm sitting on the top of the stairs.
You are sitting at the top of the stairs. And how are you feeling right now?
I'm so excited.
You are so excited, aren't you? It's so good. And you know why?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's Christmas morning, but I'm not allowed to go downstairs.
It's Christmas morning. Isn't it great? I'm going to count to 3, then Big Angela's going to watch that Christmas scene with me. 1, 2, 3. Big Angela, watch that scene way down there. Wasn't that exciting for little Angela?
Yeah.
Did I say your name right? Angela?
Angel.
Angel, thank you. What did they call little Angel over there?
Jelly bean.
Jelly bean. That's so cool. So you're Angel here watching little Jelly Bean over there, right? Didn't she have the best time ever? Now, there's something you and I both know that she doesn't know at this point. You know that before this whole event, this whole Christmas morning thing and so on, she's sitting on the stairs all excited, before that happened, there was a period, a time, when she was just bored. It was just nothing was going on. She was dull. It could have been an hour before, a day before, a week before, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? How long before this would you say that was?
Maybe a day or two.
Like a day or two. Can you see that now, just before that? Little Jelly Bean over there, kind of bored. What's she doing?
She's coloring in her coloring book.
There you go. She's coloring in her coloring book. Nowhere near as good as the Christmas morning, is it? So here's what we're going to do. In a moment, I'm going to count from 3 down to 1, and you'll step inside the scene. You'll be little Jelly Bean, coloring the book, and it's a little bored. But the beautiful thing is, the thing she doesn't know yet is, the Christmas morning's coming, and then the show starts. You ready to experience that, yes? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Go step into the scene. Hey, little Jelly Bean. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You having fun? What are you doing?
I'm just hanging out at home.
That's right. So let time pass a little bit, and look, Christmas is coming. It's Christmas morning, and how are you feeling now? That's right. It's quite something. I know. It's the best. 1, 2, 3. Angel looking at the little Jelly Bean over there. Wasn't that something? Did she have any idea how good it's going to be then? No, she didn't, did she?
Because maybe there's nothing.
She had no idea, because it could be nothing. Exactly, she's young. How would she know?
Right.
Now, what do you think would happen if you told little jelly bean that even though nothing's happening right now, she's just coloring her books, doing whatever, that just a couple of days from now, Christmas will be here, and then she'll sit in those stairs, and she'll be so excited. What do you think is going to happen to her then?
She'd get excited.
Wouldn't she? Mm-hmm. She'd have like 2 whole days of getting excited, and even more excitement, wouldn't she? Mm-hmm. So go ahead and tell her in the ways that only you can, so she understands what's going to come. And let me know how she reacts.
She's so excited.
Isn't
she? Can't wait now to either.
So would you like to experience that as little jelly bean again?
Mm-hmm.
So the count of 1 once again. 3, 2, 1. Hey, little jelly bean. What's going on?
It's almost Christmas.
It is almost Christmas. How do you feel about that?
I can't wait to see.
You can't wait to see, can you? No.
So exciting.
Time's passing, the days blend, and there you are on the stairs. It's Christmas morning. How is it?
I want to go downstairs.
Was it worth the wait? Was it?
Yes.
Oh, what a fantastic time. 1, 2, 3. Angel in the room watching little jelly bean. Wasn't that something?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about little jelly bean over there, having done all this?
She's so excited.
Isn't she?
Yeah.
Is she a special little girl?
Yeah.
And you've just given her a tremendous gift to realize that. She was bored, but now she realizes that boredom is just waiting to be transformed to excitement, because she got excited, didn't she?
She did.
Now, let me ask you this. Was Christmas morning more exciting, knowing that it was coming?
Yes.
So would it get even more exciting if you did the whole thing again, knowing that it's coming, and it'll be more exciting still? I think so.
Yeah.
You ready to experience that?
I am.
3, 2, 1. Hey, little jelly bean.
Hey.
Christmas is coming soon. You know that, don't you?
I do. It's
I
almost
know.
here. I
Let
can't
the
wait.
time pass. You're sitting on the chair, and there it is. It's Christmas morning. Wow. And 1, 2, 3, back in the room watching little jelly bean over there. Wasn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about little jelly bean to be able to generate that kind of enthusiasm? Isn't that something?
It feels so good.
Go ahead and tell her how proud you are, how she's a wonderful little girl to be able to experience such a wonderful things. Isn't that?
She did a great job.
She did a great job, didn't she?
So good.
Go ahead and tell her. Tell me, does she get even more excited now that you've told her that?
Yeah.
I think it's worth experiencing one more time, don't you?
Yeah.
I think so too. 3, 2, 1. Hey, little jelly bean. How's it going?
I'm so excited. I want to go downstairs now.
I know you do.
I know what's
I know
down there
you do.
now.
I know.
I can see it.
Time passes, you're singing the stairs, and it's right there. It's Christmas, and you are inches away from those presents. Isn't that the best?
This is the best.
1, 2, 3, back in the room, watching little jelly bean down there. Whoa. Whew. Quite a rush, eh? Would you like to know what the best thing of this whole experience is? Little jelly bean over there was bored. She was just coloring her books, you know, normal boring day. She had no idea what was coming. But you did, didn't you? And being able to share that with her, you taught her to be excited. For 2 whole days, she could have wasted being bored instead, right? You totally transformed that little girl's life at that point, didn't you? Now, that's something that you and I both know that little jelly bean has yet to find out. You know what that is? That there are many, many more moments of excitement waiting for her in her life. And no matter how many boring periods she goes through, they're just the waiting periods for something amazing to happen, aren't they?
Yes.
Now, if she knew the way that you know that these amazing moments were coming, do you think she could possibly still be bored
No.
at any point in that timeline?
No.
So go ahead and tell her. Tell her what's coming. Tell her the highlights. Tell her all the best things. And make sure she understands that just when she thinks she should be getting bored, the best is yet to come. And notice how her whole attitude changes. It does, doesn't it?
She gets so excited. I told her one thing she's
That's
gonna
right.
get.
And then the next thing gets better and better still, doesn't it? Now go ahead and tell her how amazing her life is going to be, so she gets to grow up knowing that. So she gets to grow up knowing that any time she's even tempted to be bored, there's no place for this anymore, is it? Then go ahead and give her a big hug. Bring her inside you. And let her grow up inside of you, going through all those moments that used to be boredom, but now just excitement's in its place, because one good moment leads to another. And no matter what happens in between those moments, it's always more exciting and better things, so that she learns as she grows to 10, 12, 13, 14 years old, 15, and all those changes that come at that sort of age, 18, 20, growing up, going out into the world, 21, 22. All those moments that used to be boring now are just filled with anticipation, filled with exciting, filled with good things, all the way through until you're sitting in this room on a ship somewhere in LA. And you know that as good things were then, even better things are yet to come, don't you? How do you feel about that?
I feel excited about that.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
So as soon as you're ready, just breathe that all in, take that excitement and lock it inside you because you've earned it. And you know for a fact, just as it happened back then, it will happen again. And whenever you're ready, you'll know because your eyes will come open. And you'll bring that excitement back with you, knowing, without a shadow of a doubt, that you really have something worth getting excited for, don't you? Mm-hmm. So take your time and do that now. There you go.
Hard to come back.
It is hard to come back, isn't it? But you have to come back in order to go forward, don't you?
Absolutely.
And that's where the next good stuff comes from, isn't it?
Absolutely.
How are you doing right now?
Oh my gosh. It's hard to describe.
I understand.
It's just ridiculously happy. I just can't.
Do you believe her?
It's overwhelming. It's beautiful.
Did I follow up my promise to you?
Absolutely.
You glad you came up?
I'm so glad I came up. What a privilege. Yeah. It's so beyond words. Like every cell in my body feels like it's just on fire. Just
Good.
With happiness. Like every single hair on my head, every single just...
Long may it continue.
Yes.
Now, is it okay for you to answer some questions about your experience? Please don't ask her about the technicalities, like, wouldn't this happen and then you do this and that? Just ask her about her experience. I will explain the steps momentarily. Is that okay with you guys? So just ask her if you're curious about how she experienced, what she experienced, and so on. By all means, ask. And of course, as with everyone before, if there's something you don't necessarily want to share or talk about, just say, no, I'd rather keep that private. They will totally understand. Okay. Is that cool?
That's fine.
So stand up and put your hand up so we can find you with the mic if you would like to ask her a question at this point of her experience. I think everyone's a little stunned. Stand up so we can actually get a mic to you.
Could you describe what happened when he told you? I didn't hear the suggestion. It sounded like something like wash or something when he told you to see the little girl in the room, the jelly bean.
Uh-huh.
What happened in your mind when there was kind of that separation when he told you to see that girl there or be outside of yourself?
I saw her, but I don't know that I three-dimensionally saw her.
Right, you were kind of aware that she was there. Sort of
She
thing,
was
right?
there, and we were having a conversation, and I was telling her how good it's going to be on Christmas Day. And, I mean, you didn't even ask about the Christmas Day part. It was just the anticipation.
Yep.
But I did go forward a little bit, and
I realized,
I was
and that's just fine.
whispering to her, like, oh, and you're going to get this. And that particular year was a big... I mean, it brought me back to one particular specific year that my dad did commercials. He was a director for commercials, and he got all of the Toys R Us toys that year. And he brought them, because nobody else was married or had kids, and so he brought them all home. And so, I mean, that Christmas, you know, my parents didn't have very much money, but that Christmas was
that
like,
was quite a
there was
Christmas.
hardly room for people. It was just, so.
Wow.
Kind of a magical.
Good choice.
But I mean, I haven't thought of that experience for decades.
Right.
So it wasn't like in my awareness.
It wasn't. You weren't planning to go back there. Let's put it that way, right?
Right.
Exactly.
It was a complete surprise for me.
Perfect. Right. By the way, did you all see that this was on? We were more in the regression realm than the revivification. How could you tell? Her voice and mannerisms all became more childlike. Did you notice that? Right? Do you mind saying a little bit about how you experienced that? Like being the little jelly bean at that time, or to the extent you remember, you didn't?
What did I experience about that?
Was it vivid?
It was vivid. It was technicolor. Like I was I wasn't seeing her, I was her.
Right. And you clearly saw that happen, didn't you? Right?
So I felt like I was that little girl.
So do you see, and this is actually wonderful, and thank you for coming up for this, because this is a wonderful example of what a classic regression looks like, right? It's not the most intense regression. I've seen much more intense ones where there's literally no awareness of future at that point. But it's probably in the mid-range of regressions. You can see the voice changing, the mannerisms changing. You probably lost awareness of the fact that you were in the ship around you at the time. You were just in that experience. Would that be fair to say?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So you now have a nice way of checking. Well, you know what a revivification looks like. They're feeling it, but they can talk about it in a relatively adult sort of way. And this is going much more into the classical regression territory. It's more intense than revivification. It basically, did you notice how as you're going backwards in time, it became increasingly more intense, and by the time you landed there, it was totally, I'm here, and there's really nothing else that I need to pay attention to, right?
Yeah. I was
That-
fully in it.
Exactly. That kind of gives you the whole range of experiences there. Any other questions at this point? Just stand up so we can get a mic over to you.
So this is the end of September, and I'm just wondering, what's Christmas this year like?
I don't know.
I just wanted to see that.
There's another hand over here somewhere. Someone else over here with a question? Okay, just stand up.
It's a long story, so as far as I understand, you're talking about it's good memory, and then you...
I will talk you through the process later on. Right now, if you have any questions for actual
just
experience,
for the adult...
I will take you step by step through everything, so don't worry about that part, okay? Just stand up a sec so we can get to you as well, so we can find you, and we'll come back to you in a second.
I think we know the answer, but is there any doubt that hypnosis is a force for good?
There's no doubt in my mind.
And will you stand up?
That it's a real experience. It's a real experience. You know what I mean? It's not
Right.
just. It doesn't feel like fantasy. You know, it's a real profound experience, and so I can see how this is going to relate to a healing tool
Right.
for people, because it's this profound happiness that I have. It's not fake. I haven't made it up, and it was unexpected. So
once again, the non-awareness set in action, isn't it? Right? So right at the back over here, just come forward so I can see you a little bit. You're a little bit in the shadows there. Go ahead.
Hi, Igor, you kind of stole my question, but I had a follow-up on that. When you were in that child state, and I could hear you giggling with a child's voice, were you at that time aware that you're also an adult, or how did that all work?
I wasn't paying attention to my adult self, so I'm sure at some level I was aware, but I was fully in that little girl space.
And to kind of give some kind of structure around that, that's why I said she was more of a mid-level regression, right in the midstream of it, because there was a level of awareness, but there was so little attention on it, so little observance of it, that it didn't really matter. In a full-blown intense regression, even that little piece would just completely be absent. Make sense? So it was, to be honest with you, is more than plenty for what we needed to do here. But I mean, in fact, even a revivification is more than enough to get exactly the same kind of result, but you happen to be fortunate enough to see a full-blown regression, which is great for everyone, right? And great for you for actually experiencing from the inside out what is actually possible, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Now, any other questions, or can we release Angel back to... So Angel or...
Angel.
Angel, thank you. Angel back into the wild. If you stand up so we can get a mic to you. Can we get someone with a mic just to come around over here, please?
Angel, I got a question, out of curiosity. Do you remember at any time at that age, remember seeing somebody, adult, with blonde hair, tall? Do you?
I don't think I understand the question.
He's asking if you basically have now a recollection of you being a girl, remembering some tall stranger yourself, talking to her and so on. Well, you can answer the question, but I can probably predict what the answer is going to be. We haven't messed with the memory. What we've done is we've altered her relationship to the memory. Because you know for a fact, would that be fair to say, that you had a point in time back when you were a little girl where you were bored, right? Mm-hmm. That hasn't changed as an idea. But would it also be fair to say that there is an equal memory of her having the most amazing time. It's almost like they're in a parallel. You know one actually happened and one didn't necessarily happen, but they both feel about as real. Would that be fair to say?
They do both feel real.
So what we've done is we've created a parallel track of memory. I haven't messed with the original ones, but she now has a new set of memories in her nervous system to use as a focal point, as a basis for future things to occur, for future expectations. I'm not messing with the memories, though, because your memories, why should I do that, right? Does that help your question a little bit more?
I don't remember all of it, but I remember part of it about expecting good things, and I just feel that. I don't know what you said. I'm not aware of what you said.
We'll come to that, I promise you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's give her a nice round of applause. Thank you so much.